actually like greens. I eat them because it's a vegetable and it's like, you know, cultural and that's what we do. But I don't like enjoy greens. It's just greens. I just eat the greens because they're there. What's up, internets? It's your girl Breezy back for another video. Thank you for joining me on today in the year 2020 of our Lord Jesus Christ. It's been a minute, you know. I've been busy and things, and I fell off my consistency wagon. I was doing really well during quarantine, and then things opened back up. I went back to work, and you know, I'd be tired and stuff. On another note, this is a big moment, so brace yourself. This will be the last video in this kitchen where I started in my parents' house. I'm moving out and I'll have a different kitchen. It's not, it doesn't look like HGTV like this one does, but I'm gonna get it ready and I'm gonna do some DIYing with it. And I'm actually gonna show you that too, so stay tuned. I've been doing a lot of recipes and items from out of the US because the US has been on my last nerves for the last several months. I'm sick of it. But now I'm gonna bring it back home. We're just gonna come back home, and not just home as in like America, as in black folks. And I'm gonna make something that's nice and simple, that's near and dear to a lot of black people's hearts. I won't say all, because you know, black people do and don't be liking stuff. For instance, this is gonna shock you. I don't actually like greens. I eat them because it's a vegetable and it's like, you know, cultural and that's what we do, but I don't like enjoy greens. It's just greens. I just eat the greens because they're there, so I don't get shamed by black folks. But now I done said this out loud, so release the hounds. What I'm going to be baking today is a good old-fashioned Southern peach cobbler with fresh peaches. Shout out to my Aunt Sandra. She texted me a few days ago and said, hey, Bree, the Georgia peach truck came into town and I got 1 billion peaches over here. Come get some. I said, the what? There's a Georgia peach truck? Apparently it only comes into town like 1 or 2 times a year. Fresh peaches from Georgia. Does it get any better than that? No, it does not. Without further ado, let's get into it.
20 minutes later.
This is why I need somebody to help me with these videos, because clearly I don't. Okay, so here's what I think happened. After I did my intro, I guess I stopped my camera. I don't know why I would have done that. And so all of the mixing and the things you didn't see here. I did get it here from my overhead shot. So what we're gonna do today, I'm gonna have to allow my overhead shot to narrate instead of me and my front personness. Because you know, my immediate reaction was like, forget it, I'm not doing it. This episode's canceled. But I said no, I still have the ability to make a episode out of it. It's just the majority of it will not be my face, which is okay. You know, you don't need my face. The cooking and the baking is all that's really necessary. I'm simply, you know, a locomotive for the spirit to move through me. So starting after this point, you're gonna see my hands. I'll come back eventually. Okay, so I started off by making the crust for the peach cobbler. So here you see I'm whisking together flour and some salt, and here I'm putting in some Crisco, which I don't know how much it is. I think maybe a half cup or something like that, and cutting it all together with a pastry cutter to make coarse crumbs, and pouring in some cold water. It needs to be cold because you don't want your crust to start getting too warm too fast. All right, so mix that together. I did it with my hand with a glove on because I don't like getting my hands dirty. And then started to roll it out here to put the dough or the crust dough, I don't know, into my pie pan. So roll it up with your rolling pin and then take it and roll it right off of the rolling pin like that on top of the pie pan. And you want to lift and tuck, just like liposuction. Just lift and tuck, baby, lift and tuck. And you want to make sure that it's right up against the surface of the pie pan, so there's no weird bubbles or gaps or anything like that. And then cut off the excess of the crust that's laying over the sides of the pie pan, because you don't need it to be there but you do need it to make the top for the cobbler. So here I'm re-rolling all the excess dough out, and I'm gonna cut it into strips with my pizza cutter. Nice even sized strips. And this is what I was gonna use to make my lattice top for the peach cobbler. So I don't even remember how many I did. As you can see, there's several. I just cut up as many as I could that were decent size. All right, so I had cut up the peaches the day or a couple days before, I think, because they were on their way out, baby. They were about to die. So I cut them up and put them in the freezer and then let them de-thaw. And here I'm putting in some sugar, some brown sugar, some vanilla flavoring, and a little bit of cinnamon and nutmeg for flavor. And of course, you gotta have the butter, baby. Get some butter in there. All right, now that the peaches are done and everything's kind of come together and it's a little bit more syrupy, I'm gonna pour it right into the crust. Oh boy. Now, fun fact, I've never actually done a lattice top before, so I'm gonna be doing this on the fly. You're seeing it here first, folks. All right, so I'm gonna bring back my pieces from before, and I'm just gonna lay one across there. The other pieces, and you kind of weave it like a basket. So under that one, over that one, under this one, over that one, under that one. Oh yeah. Yes, I did a lattice top on my first time off the dome. I'm cutting off some of the hangover pieces from the lattice. Now I'm gonna go through and do what my mama taught me when I was about 6 years old, crimping. These things right here, these are the crimpers. So you take your fingers kind of like this, and you're going to take the edge of the crust and have the bottom two on the bottom, your pointer finger on top, and you're gonna push them all together, like push them inward. So here is my finished, well, almost finished pie. One last thing that I almost forgot that is not super important, but it adds a little element to, you know, the cobbler. You're gonna take a little bit of half and half or heavy whipping cream, some kind of cream, and brush it onto the top of the crust. And what this does is it makes it shiny. Take some sugar, and this is our little sugar bowl. I'm gonna put it right into my hand and kind of shimmy it on top. Not a whole lot, just some sugar. And that will kind of crystallize, and that will add to like the little, not a crunch on the top. I don't know how to describe it, just a slight like. And now I'm going to put it into the oven to bake for a while. Oh, buddy, look at this beauty. Wow, this is really gorgeous. It just came out of the oven, so it's still extremely hot. It's not like set at all. It'll just be juicy and all over the place if I try to eat it now. So I'm not gonna try it this time. I know. This is the worst episode ever. I'm breaking all my rules. My timeline is jacked up. Like the whole thing is super bad. But I feel like this is pretty much speaks for itself. Don't you think? It's just gorgeous. That's it. I'm gonna stop right there. But thank you so much for watching another episode of the Black Girl Baking Show. Like, comment, subscribe, all that junk. Again, this is my last episode in this kitchen. And it was horrible. But my cobbler turned out well still, so I can't be too mad. What was I gonna say to you guys? I don't know. That's all I got. Bye.